I'm delighted to say I'm joined by the creator and the boss of the World Online Darts organisation, Ivan Močić. Ivan, thank you very much for the time. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great, my friend. And first of all, hello to everyone. And I want to thank you, my friend, for this invitation. And I apologize in advance for my not so good English, but I promise to do my best.
Well, it's our pleasure to have you on the show. And firstly, you're from Croatia. Let's start with your interest in darts. Where did it come from and how did you get introduced to darts?
Yes, I'm from Croatia, from a small town in Drniš in Dalmatia and in the Šibenik county. I'm also the president of that Darts Association. I started playing darts 5-6 years ago, quite by accident, and when I saw that that was much more from just throwing darts at a board, then I totally fell in love with this sport, and since then the love for this noble sport has been growing day by day. The scene in Croatia, this is each day most popular, but in Croatia is mostly we play electronic darts, but in the last 2 years and that has also changed, and last 2 years we have many steel dart competitions and things like that on the national level, and we play some competitions, and that's from each year bigger and bigger, and we also last year become a part of a World Dart Federation organization, and that's also a big thing for our darts in Croatia, and that's really amazing.
Yeah, it's great to hear about the dart scene growing in Croatia. Obviously, we remember Croatia reaching the quarterfinals of the PDC World Cup in 2013. But one name I wanted to talk to you about from Croatia is obviously Boris Kučma, a former soft tip world champion, but as of this year, he's now a tour card holder on the PDC circuit. How much will that help grow the game in Croatia, having someone on the PDC tour now?
Yes, like you said, we have some succeed in World Cup, but I also want to say one other thing, that our also good player, you said Boris Kučma, we will talk about him, but also at the World Championship 2018, I think, yes, Alen Ljubic was also on that World Championship, and that's one also individual succeed for our country. That is also for saying this, but our biggest name is certainly Boris Kučma, 7-time world champion in electronic darts, who also won a PDC Tour card this year, and this will surely in the future popularize darts throughout our country, and this is amazing thing for our darts.
Let's get on to your work with online darts then. Before the coronavirus impacted everyone's lives, what was your previous experience with online darts? Had you played much or been involved with it much before?
To tell you the truth, before this I have no experience with playing darts online, and for me this is something completely new. But I quickly fell in love with this way of playing to make new darts friendships around the world, and that is the greatest wealth of all this. We definitely, and for me that's the biggest thing of all this, to create that friendships around the world, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been great to see, and we've seen the creation of the World Online Darts Organisation, and from that comes the first ever Online Darts Open World Championship, which we'll come on to in a moment. But before that event, you ran a few smaller events. How did they go?
Yeah, we definitely plan to maintain this way of playing in the future. That's why we decide to create an organization that we will soon officially register. And yeah, that's right. It's all started with my little idea about series of darts tournaments that would keep us in our homes till the duration of this COVID virus, and this idea with the hard work of my COVID crew team developed in something bigger every day. And next tournament we had about 300 or 400 new registered players from all over the world, and in the end, on our 4 tournaments, it was around 1,300 players from 55 countries, I think. Then that was an amazing experience, and because of that, we have some other plans that we continue on the World Championship.
Yeah, let's move on to the World Championship, which took place quite recently. Over 1,500 players, 60 different countries took part in the tournament in May. Just how much work went into organising the whole event to begin with before play got underway?
Yeah, that's a true 1,540 players from 60 countries from all over the world is something that my team and I couldn't even dream of when we started all of this. Honestly, for something like this, it really takes time. I personally take a break from my work to get all this on quality, do on quality way, because otherwise it would be impossible. This has been a full day job, and for the 2 last months, and believe me, but it was worthy every second, and my team and I do not regret the effort and the work we invested in all this.
Yeah, just talk to me a little bit about the team that you've got involved with it, because communicating with that many players from so many different countries must take a lot of effort. Do you want to give a shout out to the people that have helped you out with that?
Yes, definitely. We have one name, COVID crew, in all of this. This all would be unthinkable. The group of 4 people start all of this. Miro Buha, Vladimir Godinovic, and Ante Pešić, and me start all this together with some small idea, and right in the start, the others join us when they see us. When they see our idea, these guys, Bata Jožef and Zoran Haller from Serbia, 2 amazing guys who do such a big work. Pero Primorac from Bosnia and Herzegovina also do some great job, and 2 of other Croatian guys, Igor Perak, the guy that I already mentioned, the Croatian darts national team member, Alan Ljubic, that we speak about his World Championship. So that's the group of people who do most of the job. We also have some other people who help us around the world with some ideas and things like that, but I will not speak now because of them, but somebody I will accidentally forgot, and I don't want to do that. I thank you for every idea and every nice word that my team and I receive in all these 2-3 months that we work this.
Just looking at the event itself, it was great to see a long format used for the games as well, starting off with the best of 19 legs and the final itself a race to 15 legs. What was behind the decision to do that? A lot of the other events have been shorter, haven't they?
Yes, but when we start all of this, we wanted this to the way they be longer staying home and play darts, but we decided to play longer formats on our first tournaments, mostly because of good training, connecting people in all of this, and enjoy as much as possible the performance of the best darts players who joined us. That's maybe the greatest reason of all of this, when it's really unthinkable that they give us.
And the World Championship was won in the end by Dirk van Duijvenbode, a PDC tour card holder, but you also had a lot of other top players take part, the likes of Chris Dobie, Scott Waits, Luke Humphreys. How surprised were you when you saw established names like those entering your competition?
Yes, in a large number of top players who joined us, Dirk van Duijvenbode came out the winner, and it was a really amazing experience. I don't know how to describe you how amazing it was to talk and text with these big names. It was for the realization of darts I couldn't even imagine, honestly, and I still don't believe sometimes. In addition to the already mentioned names, should be mentioned and others, but I'm sincerely afraid that I will not intentionally forget someone, but I will say some names of that. It's like Nico Kurz, Kim Huybrechts, Mike De Decker, Andy Bolton, Ryan Searle, Diogo Portela, Nitin Kumar, Mozgan Rahmani from Iran, Gary Blades, Kevin Monk, Rene Adams, Florian Hempel, Danny Van Type, Mike Van Dugenbode, Richard Venstra, Roby John Rodriguez, Kai Fan Lung, Noel Malikdem, Lawrence Silligan, Boris Koltsov, Xiao Shen Zong, Benjamin Pratt-Nemer, and many big Croatian names like Pero Ljubic, Dragutin Pečnjak, and all others.
And you streamed some of the games as well for people to watch. But one of the big challenges, obviously, was that with PDC tour card holders involved, they cannot be streamed on non-PDC events. Did you reach out to the PDC during the final games to see if you could perhaps get a pass to show the final?
Yes, we in the beginning of all of this we are supposed to make some streams and watch some great matches, and was a really great experience. And I try everything. But in the end, I didn't even get an answer of my many questions. But again, I understand them and I don't blame them. We did this out of pure love for darts without any material benefits. And I think we made a great one in the end. Advertising for darts in general, because we managed to bring together some ordinary amateurs players and real professionals to play together for more than 2 months, and that's amazing about all of this. And those names who played with us are probably not even aware that they made one big thing for this, our noble sport. Thank them from the bottom of my heart on behalf of my team and all the players in these tournaments. That's a really amazing thing, and I can't describe that, what they do for us.
Let's look forward then. Your next big event, the Champions League, starts this week and scheduled to run into the end of November. Just give us an overview on what the Champions League is about and how it's going to run.
The Champions League is our next idea. We are aware that, thank God, the world is returning to normal step by step, and we hope that this virus will not return and let us live normally. According to all of this, we have designed this new format of competition, so the people that have enough time to play your match with all your life obligations, this is one of our ways of maintaining these darts friendships, so we changed the format to be a little longer and last, and yet not too much of an obligation, but we also do occasional weekend or weekly free future tournaments for all players around the world, and we will surely repeat this tournament series of COVID and the World Championship next year, when we estimate that is the best considering everything. But this Champions League is our one way to continue this old friendships. Will be like group stage where the players play with each other, and after that will be knockout in each region, and after that the final tournaments where the best 8 people from 10 world regions go in the final knockout tournament when they play for the finally winner. But and that this the most of that, it will be format like best of 16 legs or something like that in group, and I don't know, this is our way to continue this darts friendships around the world.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing how it gets on, and the Champions League starts off with 10 different world regions covering the world, and also a ladies group as well. Just when we're talking now, how many players have you got entered so far, and how excited are you to see how the tournament goes?
Yeah, so far we have more than 300 players, and many of them that play our tournaments till now say that they start work again and then have not enough time. We understand that, and that's normal. We didn't expect now 1,000 people or something like that. It's impossible in this situation, and also there are many others also leagues and darts competition now on the internet, and it's nice to see that all, and we understand that people don't have time like before, and that's in one way and good for all of the world. So I understand that all, and I think that we anyway have a good competition with also some big names, and it will be a new and good experience for all of us, I think.
And lastly, I've been following it for the last 2 or 3 weeks really on the Facebook group. Is that the best way for any listeners that want to get involved, maybe play or follow the games? Is that the best way to follow how it goes?
Yeah, for now that is the best way. We will also make some internet page for things like that, but that will be in the future. For maybe 10-15 days we also have something new, but for now that's our Facebook group is all what we have, and we think that now that's the best way. But all new informations and things about COVID Crew and the World Online Darts Organization we will post on the time, and our players and members of our group will know on time everything.
Excellent. Well, Ivan, it's really nice to chat to you. Do keep up the great work that you're doing with the online darts. We're really enjoying following it and seeing how it's going. So, yeah, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you once again for your invitation. This is really great experience for me, and sorry for my some English mistakes. I try my best. I'm not so great in English, but I believe that people understand me. And once again, thank you, my friend, for this nice conversation and nice talk and chat with you. This was a really amazing experience. Thanks for all.